This here is Todd. We're just outside Dayton, Ohio. We're buying this beautiful 56 FLH. This is an original paint machine. It is bone stock with all the goodies. In 1956, the FLH was introduced. They made approximately 213 to 264 FLHs that year, and roughly around 350-ish in 57. None of your early panhead, swing arm, rigids, anything had a high FLH production. They didn't bump up the FLH production until 65. They were all in the hundreds. So any FLH is rare. The rigids, their own thing. They were generally accessorized to the hilt by their owners because they were a lot more expensive, which is why they did not make very many. We're going to get an interview with the soon-to-be ex-owner in a minute. He's going to tell us about how he found this lovely bike. Doing a nice 360 of this bike. This, in my opinion, is probably one of the nicest, if not the nicest, rigid FLHs still in existence in original paint, which is why I'm here to buy it. I've thought long and hard about this. I told Brent a couple months ago, hold the bike, I'm taking it. It's still here waiting for me. I don't know if that's accidental on purpose, but it's here and I'm here. And this is quite the machine. Got 27,000 miles on it. And this bike is just absolutely pristine. Everything on this bike is original, as came. So a lot of people are going to argue with me over this kickstand, but it's an accessory stand that you could buy. It was sold to the police so they can piss off. I know it's correct. We've got your spots and windshield and little lights and all the running lights. All that stuff is extra goodies, so you had to buy it. It came with the horn, second year of the trumpet horn. And I would assume that most of your panheads came with the, whoops, I got out of focus there, came with the oil filter. You would get it without, but it would be a standard issue. You'd have to order it without and pay less money. It's a beautiful bike. The bags and the rails are accessory. I'm going to call these rails. People have other names for them.
Those are fairly rare.
Yeah, these are Buco accessories. You see them. Trying to find them in this shape, though, not easy. You got the dual exhaust.
Cigarette lighter.
Yeah, got the cigarette lighter.
With a green jewel in it.
Green jewel. Super rare stuff. High and low beam indicator. And you can see both is even more rare. Got all the good stuff. So it turns out one of my best pals, Rick Najera, was the donator, more or less, of the last piece for this bike, was the front hubcap, which either the owner didn't buy or came up missing at one time. Because you had to accessorize it to your taste. It didn't generally come on the floor like this. Come on over here and tell us about this bike, Brent.
Well, I run across this bike. It's been about 7 years ago that I bought it. And I'll try not to make it too long a story. I had sold 56 KHK to a friend of mine. And he still has the bike. And he was up in Columbus one day and he got to talking to an old man and they got to talking motorcycles. And the man says, well, I've got a 56 Harley. And one thing led to another, and my friend asked the old man if he thought about selling it. And he says, well, son, I'm 81 years old. And he goes, if I go to start it and it don't start on the first kick, he goes, I'm done. So yes, I've been thinking about selling it. So anyway, my friend wasn't in a position at the time, and he gave me the old man's phone number. And he said, Brent, you've always did well by me. He says, give him a call. He goes, I don't know if he's got it or not, but it sounded like he did. So I gave the man a call. We talked probably a half hour, and I knew that he had something, but you never know what you're going to go look at until you see it. So anyway, I took my truck and a loading ramp and a bag full of money, and I went up to Columbus, and him and I talked for a while, and he says, well, it's out in the garage. And when we went out there, he had it covered up with sheets. And when he took the sheets off, I actually got lightheaded. Because if you've been looking at these for, you don't find them like this.
No.
And so the deal was made. We loaded it up. And he called me a while later, and he'd actually bought a newer bike, a Yamaha or something like that, a small bike. But he just wanted to know how the bike was. And I told him it's become my favorite rider, and it has. I've had that bike on quite a few of the road runs. Any of the guys that have gone on the AMC road runs probably have noticed it. So it's been probably it is the best running pan I've ever had. And I've got some, I've picked up another bike here recently that is becoming my rider now, because the condition of this bike and so on, it probably shouldn't be ridden as much as I was riding it. So I decided to go ahead and let it go, and it'll find a new deserving home, and somebody will definitely be getting a nice piece of history here with this bike. One thing on the color in 56, that's called flamboyant green.
Yes, it is.
And I don't believe it was a standard color in 56.
Special order.
It's a special order color. So out of 200 and some 56 FLHs, how many of them were flamboyant green, and how many of those are still here?
And in that condition.
In that condition, that's probably the only one.
I would bet 10 grand if we lined up all the original paint FLHs for 56 and 57 in a row, that would be the nicest one. Any nicer, she'd be new in the box.
And it did, I've got Winter Circle with it now.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it up at Wasion and Judge 3 years in a row, and I got
Mm-hmm.
Winter Circle this year with it.
Nice. Yeah, I saw you there when I had the 37 out. Well, Brent, she's on her way to her new home.
Okay.
We're going to put her inside that little van over there. And she's got some company. She's going to be laughing at them. You all think your bike.
So you want to start this thing up?
Yeah, let's fire it up. And
Before it gets too cold.
before it gets too cold sitting out here, and everybody can
Like
hear
I
it
say,
run.
when I let them sit, I give them a little extra tweak there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Make sure they don't leak. Yeah. And when you bring her back, just turn the gas off and let her run. We'll drain the gas out of the
drain
car.
gas out of it.
That way I can breathe in the van.
Little choke.
We gotta get headlight.
Battery's down.
Oh man. Well, we'll have to fire it up later, I guess.
There, it just started to come up.
Give it a try, I might.
There ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing, huh? Oh well.
It's never done that.
It's been 2 weeks. She's mad at you.
I've got another battery sitting in there.
Yeah? Well, let's see if we can do that. I'd like to get that gas out of that carburetor.
Yeah.